Every single day, our bodies are experiencing many different changes, some that we may be aware of, some that we might not be aware of, but as women, our bodies go through even more changes. I'm going to talk about a couple things that happen during our menstrual cycle. If you don't know what our menstrual cycle is, it's a 28-day period where our bodies are preparing for pregnancy, and that starts with the period and then goes to ovulation, and our cervix is moving a lot during that time, and a question that we commonly get asked is it normal for my cervix to move during my period? The answer to that question is yes, and I will tell you why if you follow along. First, let's talk about what your period is. Your period is the period of time, usually between 2 to 7 days long, in which your uterus lining is released as menstrual blood through the cervix. It's actually only a small amount of time in the grand scheme of your whole menstruation cycle, but this is the time that your cervix will be experiencing the most change. A lot of women track their cervix to see when they're fertile for pregnancy, and the cervix can give you a lot of different clues as to what's currently going on in your body at that time. I don't know about you, but I didn't know much about my cervix until I was well into my adult years. It wasn't really talked about when I was growing up, and I didn't really know where it was. So if you don't know where your cervix is, simply wash your hands and insert a finger into your vaginal canal, and it sits at the very top of your vaginal canal. It's round and somewhat firm, and at its firmest, it'll feel like the tip of your nose, and at its softest, it'll feel more soft, kind of like the texture of your lips. Again, it's completely normal for your cervix to change, so don't be alarmed if you notice any changes in your cervix. It's naturally changing all the time during your menstrual cycle, so just know that it's totally normal and healthy. During menstruation, your cervix sits low and it's firm to the touch, and the opening of your cervix is slightly more open to allow the blood to flow during your period. Directly after menstruation, your cervix will still sit low and be firm to the touch, but the opening of your cervix will close once the blood flow has finished. On the days leading up to ovulation, when you're fertile, your cervix will start to rise, possibly even out of reach, and it will become soft to the touch. Ovulation, when you're at your very most fertile point, your cervix will rise even higher and become very soft, wet, and open. The cervix will open wide to allow the possible passage of sperm to cause a pregnancy. Once ovulation has ended, your cervix will again drop low and quickly become firm to the touch again. If pregnancy occurred during ovulation, the cervix will not drop low, but it will stay high and soft throughout the remainder of your pregnancy. It's so interesting to me that all of these changes are happening during our 28-day cycle, and that is just our cervix. I don't know about you, but I never noticed these changes until I was well into my adult years and educated on what a cervix was. I didn't know that it was doing all of that work and moving and changing in the way that it does every single month for us. So again, if you had the question of is that normal, it's very normal, and I'm glad that we could help you understand a little bit more about that. If you have any other questions about your cervix, please drop them in the comments and I'll be sure to go back and get those answered for you.